Time to review a used car, but does a used car mean it's worse than the new one? Sometimes it is easier to review a used car because after several years of the user operation you can say more about the practical model and how well it goes. Today I present you with the Ford Fiesta 6th generation. Some call it 7th generation, so just to be technical, this is the MK7 model. This model has been produced since 2008 to the present day. Of course, in the Ford dealerships, the new generation Ford Fiesta is available. The Fiesta is a nice little city car. The car features a large grille and a huge front lights, which run nicely down the sides, which especially on the 3-door version attracted attention and add the sporty character. The rear of the car is also well designed, that ties in very nicely with the front and the side of the car, which creates coherent whole finish where everything looks like it fit very nicely. Looking at the dashboard and especially the clock, you know that you are in the small car. The clock embedded in the tubes may be readable, but it's also so tiny, so remember to bring your reading glasses. The rest of the dashboard looks like any other Ford model, just scale it down. Such a stylistic can be hit and miss. Personally, I would say it looks a bit like a toy car. Looking at the pitfalls, I'm beginning to fear that in 20 years the windscreen will end up in front of the car's hood. Most 7-seaters vans do not have such long dashboard like a little Ford Fiesta. Getting into the Fiesta, you almost forget which kind of car you are in. The amount of space, even for the tall driver and passenger, is impressive. Plenty of legroom and headroom. Steering adjustment make it easy to get the right position for anyone. Unfortunately, you will not find an armrest here, but for some reason in this car it does not bother me. The storage in front of the passenger is typical side glove box. In the door we find the place for trinkets and somewhere to put your drink. In the back, well, first of all, I would not be able to sit behind myself. Maybe with a smaller driver it would be a bit different. However, when it comes to the amount of space above my head, it's still somehow okay. Unfortunately, Ford has forgotten about the back armrest as well as the front, and realistically the back seats are only suitable to accommodate 2 people, and for hot hatchback you do accept more. There is a bonus in the back with a space for 2 bottles of drink for the passengers, and if you are a passenger like me, it doesn't necessarily need to be mineral water. The boot capacity is 290 liters. After flooding the rear seat, it increases to 974 liters. Even you are at the back of the car, the rear seat backrest is still very easy to fold down. After you are fold the backrest, you will not get a flat floor, which I have noticed becomes quite a common fault in new cars this day. This model has modest 1.25 petrol engine and 82 brake horsepower. A small engine but not small consumption. If you have a heavy foot, the engine will take 8 liters per 100 km. The acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour is 13 seconds. The engine can handle going quick, but in lower gear, moving to place, it feels sluggish and lacking in power. When you get past the lower rev range, the engine wakes up and gives you the pleasure of driving you would accept the famous hatchback. I said before, the driver has plenty of space. It is the light and very pleasant place to be. The steering impeccable, give you the sensation on the road through your fingertips. The only thing that bothered me is the light clutch pedal. With a gently touch on the foot, the clutch pedal lands on the floor. Or it could just be me and my heavy feet. Is the Ford Fiesta flawless? No exactly, but not far off. Users often complain about the burned out light bulbs. Some Ford garage asking for crazy amounts of money just to replace the bulbs. The battery often discharges itself, which is to do with the voice dialing module. If you are in two minds about which engine to get, then go for the petrol engine. Nobody knows if Ford has discontinued the TDCI engine flaws regarding the injection system, but if they haven't, this could be another added cost on maintenance. And the biggest problem for Ford is the corrosion. In most Ford cars over the last couple of decades, all you need to do is look for corrosion around the boot's area, and more often than not you will find what you're looking for. This recurring problem for Ford, along with a few minor things, affect the Mazda buyer as well. So what do you think about this Fiesta 4th generation? Please let me know in the comments below this video. See you next time, take care of yourself and your four wheels.